Thank you very much, and thank you to my incredible Atlantic Caucus team, now in English. It is amazing, invigorating to be here in Prince Edward Island to take in the legendary maritime hospitality. Our Atlantic Caucus has been meeting with fishermen, small businesses, workers, and others. I've been doing the same. We talked with people across the island. We asked them what we should be doing for them, and they said, restore the promise. Very simple deal. If you work hard, you should be able to buy a nice house, live on a safe street, pay off your mortgage quickly, retire in peace, afford your groceries, and never have to worry about crime. Our mission as Conservatives, therefore, is a country with stronger take-home pay, safer streets, secure borders within a self-reliant nation. And we need that positive vision now more than ever. Because after a decade of Liberals doubling housing costs, doubling food bank lineups, doubling the debt, Islanders cannot afford to eat, heat, or house themselves. Mark Carney promised he would reverse everything he had said and everything his party had done in the preceding decade, but it was all an illusion. It has been more cost, more crime, more corruption, more of the same. He's doubled Trudeau's deficit, replaced the old carbon tax with a new one, given Canada the only recession in the G7, the worst food inflation in the G7, the highest household debt in the G7, the second highest unemployment in the G7. In fact, under Mr. Carney, ours was the only economy in the G7 to shrink in the first year he was in office. Out of 38 countries the OECD tracks, Mark Carney's economy was the second worst when it came to growth in his first full year in office. The result is that young people cannot afford homes. I was speaking to a number of maritime youth just yesterday who said they cannot afford a home and they don't know when they will ever afford a home. Mr. Carney promised that he would double home building. Yesterday, his own housing agency said that this calendar year, home building has been down 4% compared to the previous year. Insolvency rates are at their worst level since the Great Global Recession, as families are defaulting on payments. Meanwhile, he bails out his condo developer buddies. The Liberal Club gets carve-outs, bailouts, and handouts, while the working class in Canada gets taxes, red tape, and high prices. Crime continues to rage on our once tranquil streets. Rural communities where people didn't even need to lock the door are now worried about danger in their streets, all while the government wastes billions going after law-abiding firearms owner. Immigration remains out of control, overwhelming jobs, housing, and health care. Meanwhile, Conservatives are the only party with real plans to fix these problems. To start with, we are fighting to stop the Liberal Labor Day gas tax increase. Our message to Mr. Carney is do not raise gas taxes next month. Canadians can't afford it. We need to get rid of all gas taxes until Canada Day 2027 to save every family $1,000 over that time. Doing so would boost our economy, allowing small businesses to move goods faster and more affordably. It would allow our factories, already besieged by a weak economy, to move their goods, their products, and their inputs more affordably. We also propose to get rid of all carbon taxes, including on all industry, aluminum, concrete, cement, fertilizer, oil, gas, steel, and much more. Instead of making grand signing ceremonies, we want the Prime Minister to get out of the way and let the 500 projects that his federal government is holding up to get permits so that private investors, workers, and builders can get building. Now, Conservatives were relieved that there is now a 3-day delay on U.S. tariffs, and we're looking forward to seeing the new and excellent deal that is being finalized, one we expect and we believe should include an end to tariffs on Canadians. While we disagree with the Prime Minister making so many concessions, with his giving the Americans 50% of the tariffs on a bridge that Canadian taxpayers paid 100% of the cost to build, we still stand by ready to help. We renew the offer we've been making for over a year that we are here to work with all parties, including the government, to fight for a win for Canada. And we hope that over the next couple of days we'll hear the good news that Mr. Carney will have kept his promise and the Canadians will get an even better deal than we had before. That's what he promised, an even better deal than we had before. To me, That should mean no tariffs on steel, aluminum, autos, lumber, and an exemption to Buy America. And Conservatives have laid out clear plans to achieve that. By unblocking our resources and unleashing our economy, we can become affordable and autonomous and build the leverage we need to get a deal with the United States. We should present the Americans with the prospect of a Canadian made, a Canadian located strategic mineral and oil reserve available and tailor-made for our tariff-free allies. We have 10 of the 12 NATO-defined strategic minerals needed to fight a war. We have the 4th biggest supply of oil. The Americans need all of those things. Our message should be that we will tailor-make a reserve of all of those resources, and we will make it especially available to those countries that give us tariff-free trade. We should move quickly, though, to unlock the production of these resources by canceling anti-energy laws, by C-69, C-48, truly getting rid of the EV mandates for real, not just calling them a tailpipe emission standard, not renaming them, but getting rid of it. We should also sign on with the Americans to an auto pack, tariff-free auto pack, requiring automakers produce one automobile in Canada for every one they sell here, something that would be both attractive to Canadians and the United States. We should go to 6-month approval times for major projects, with one project having one review. We should bundle all of this up in a Canadian Sovereignty Act, and we should use the aforementioned leverage to get the deal that we want. We always have to put our country first, and Conservatives are fighting for Canada. We are here for Canada. We want our country to be affordable at home, safe at home, and strong at home, a nation that is self-reliant, sovereign, and stands on its own 2 feet. Thank you very much.